Hey everyone. Let me move this. Sorry. That's not a great way to start the show. All right, so tonight I want to talk about purgatory. And I hope the mic's working good. That's one thing I hate about this is you can never hear on the computer to see how loud you actually are. So I have no clue how loud I am. So if I'm too loud, turn your speaker down. Okay. Um, I was thinking about this because me and Jen are doing our show tomorrow night, or recording tomorrow, and it comes out on Sunday. It's going to be about the Dybbuk box, and a lot of people call it a Dybbuk box. I don't know why. I do know that they made a movie about it, and they spelled it different. It was spelled Dibbuk, and they call it a Dybbuk, which I don't know why, but that's what they did. So we're going to be talking about the Dybbuk box, which is it's okay. It's a wine cabinet that was built, and somebody got it during the Holocaust, and it actually has what they call a Dybbuk in it, which is a restful spirit, and it's really interesting because I was looking at what it was, and it says that a Dybbuk or a Dybbuk, whichever way you guys want to say it, is a restful spirit of someone that passed and was in purgatory and escaped from purgatory. So I started talking about what's purgatory. Okay. Now, me and Mom started talking about it. And as you guys know, Mom's super religious. And she was talking about purgatory, and I had a thought in my mind about, now think of this. Earth right now that we're living in, are we in purgatory? I mean, okay, so it's a place where people go to be cleansed of their sins before you move on into heaven. That's what the belief is. And think about this. Okay, we're on the earth here, and we're making decisions whether we're going to be good or bad. We're making, think about Osama bin Laden. Do you think he's going to heaven? Do you think he can go to purgatory and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then be, in heaven? I don't think so. I'm thinking, are we living in purgatory right now? I mean, that's a great idea for thought. I mean, I don't know. Who knows? But it was just something that popped in my mind that I thought about. And me and Mom got on this discussion, and she was like, no, 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 it's a place where you go. But think about this. Okay, I've been doing a lot of research about near-death experiences. I had my death experience. I mean, I didn't have a near-death experience, but my experience with death. And it's everyone that I've ever heard except for in India. In India, it's almost like in the movie Beetlejuice, where they're sitting in a dirty, dungy waiting room, waiting for their name on the list. But, every near-death experiencer that I've talked to all says the same thing, that they go, and they're surrounded by love, all that. They see the white light. They see relatives. Everybody's happy. Everything's calm. It's pure love, all that. So how do we know that we're not living in purgatory right now? We're making decisions, whether they be good or bad, whether to, want to go to heaven or hang out in hell. Who knows? I'm not really religious, obviously. I mean, grew up in a very religious family. My nephew Luke's got his podcast, which you guys should listen to. It's Cedar Creek TV. He's working through Cedar Creek Church, He's a pastor over there. But, he's reading the Bible as his podcast. So I was thinking it would be great to get a discussion on with Luke, but who knows? I mean, do we really know where we're at? Like I said, every near-death experience that I've talked to or listened to says the same thing, that they're automatically surrounded by love, and some say they talk to Jesus and that, but there are some that have seen a lot of dark stuff. That's the interesting stuff. And then, like I say, the ones over in India are just funny. I mean, wait till we do a show on that. The one experience that I've heard about where the person passed away, and all of a sudden he was grabbed by the arm and led down this dirty alley to this nightclub where all these people are standing in line, and he pushes them in the line and says, "Here, stand here, wait." And it's like a nightclub. They're waiting in line to get into a nightclub. And he gets up to the beginning of the line, and he looks down and sees the guy's holding the tablet, and he looks up at the guy and says, "You're not on the list," and shoves him, and the guy wakes back up in the emergency room or whatever. So that's just one funny story. Another story I heard is where a person died, and they saw the pearly gates and the light and all that, and they met with Jesus, and they said, no, it's not your time. You must go back. So all of a sudden he feels a whooshing sensation, and he's back in the hospital. They revive him, doing fine. 5 minutes later, he dies again. So I guess there is no time over there, but, you know. So, yeah, I mean, me and Mom have had a really heated discussion about it. It was actually pretty fun, about what is purgatory. And she obviously went with, what's the religious aspect of it. And I was just thinking, I mean, look at our world. You got wars, we kill each other, constantly fighting to get the best of the best. And then you got the other half, like Mother Teresa and all that, which is she helps everyone. You got people out there like, Rick and Kath and Luke and everybody that's doing really good and helping people and spreading the word and all that. Then you got me that just does whatever, I mean, I help people, but I don't go to church, but, so, hey, who knows? But I mean, that was the thought. Is our time right now purgatory? It's something to think about. But, yeah. So anyways, that's why I thought about it. Cause like I said, in our show that we're recording tomorrow, we're going to record about the Dibuk box or Dybbuk box, whichever way you want to say it. They're just spirits that escape purgatory, attach themselves to a person, and they actually caught one and put it in this box, and someone opened it and caused all kinds of havoc. And the rest of the story you're going to have to listen to from our show on Sunday at 2:22 p.m. It'll come out. But yeah, another thing too, before I go here, I talked to this lady, and she talked about me and Jen's show. Okay. And she's like, "You guys are," how'd she call it? Not Satan worshipers, but, something of that accord. You guys are messing with the devil and all that because you're into the paranormal. And I'm like, okay, all right, here we go. So I'm like, well, which show did you listen to that made you think that? And she's like, I don't listen to any of them. I don't believe in that stuff. I'm like, so you never listen to any of the shows, but yet you are calling us that we're basically Satan worshipers. I mean, even though, yeah, tomorrow we're having our party here where we're going to burn a pentagram in my living room floor, hey, but you got to have a hobby, but yeah, she's like, you guys are Satan worshipers because you look for ghosts and stuff. And I'm like, okay, here we go. So I said to her, I'm like, all right, why do you feel that way? Well, she says, well, I go to church every week. I believe in Jesus. I believe in the angels. I believe in it. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay. You believe in angels? She's like, yeah, that's paranormal. And she's like, no, that's Jesus. That's heaven. I'm like, no, you don't understand. It's not normal. That's paranormal. And I'm like, our last, 5 shows have been kind of religious. And the one tomorrow that we're recording is kind of religious, And a matter of fact, our Guardian Angel show is still one of the best shows. Not the top one. The top one is the Haunted Woods. That one's still getting great hits, but our Guardian Angel show is one of the top shows that we've done. So we've gone kind of religious. I don't know why, but it's just that trend of the different topics that we're talking about. We got kind of religious, but we're going to be going into the more scary stuff. We're kind of going into the scary stuff. And at the end of the month, we're going to be talking about UFOs because we're going to the MUFON show in Erie, Pennsylvania. And then after that is the St. Joseph's Fair in Lorain, Ohio, which you guys need to come to. It's free, and it's really cool. It's at this old hospital that they're doing tours through. And me and Jen walked around, and I'm telling you, the place is creepy. Imagine an old hotel that's been kind of tore down. They're in the process of tearing the thing down, and it's so cool. And they're giving tours too. And I told the guy that's putting it on, I said, I'm taking the tour. I'm taking the tour, and I'm also staying for the ghost hunt at the end of the night. It's a paid ghost hunt, but it's worth it. But anyhow, yeah, this lady come up to me and was saying how we're Satan worshipers because we do a paranormal podcast. I'm like, okay, whatever. Listen to one show, at least one. You could listen to the Cave in the Rock one that talked about pirates. I mean, come on. But anyhow, also, before I go, I see some of my Dead in 5 families on. Also, Jason, Jen Warning, happy birthday yesterday because it's past your birthday. It's 12 minutes past midnight. And Harry Schmidt, who I haven't seen in about 1,000 years. Funny thing about Harry Schmidt and me, we have a picture that we don't show anybody of us back when we were riding our bicycles in our cool coats and stuff. Yeah, that was back when we were cool. But anyhow, I want to congratulate Dave. He's the new guitar player in the band Dead in 5. If you listen to our show, you listen to our show and you hear Dead in 5 music playing. It's our theme music. It's all Dead in 5 and also some 60-Second Crush songs, which is basically Dead in 5 with a new singer is Dead in 5. But Dave, it's his first show tonight, so hope he did good. I wasn't able to make it out there because I had to work, but they did a show at the Machine Shop with Sponge, which makes me mad that I missed the Sponge show. But anyways, congratulations, Dave. I'm going to talk to you guys probably Sunday and get all the scoop on how you're doing. Another thing before I leave, I want everybody to send Dana some positive vibes. She needs them. She's going through some medical issues right now that we can't figure out. And she went for acupuncture, which hopefully worked. But anyhow, send her some positive vibes. And what else? What am I forgetting? Oh, listen to our podcast. Please give us a positive rating and review. If you listen on iHeartRadio, give us a thumbs up on every show and share the show. If you're listening to it in iTunes, okay, see this logo right here? See that logo? In iTunes, take your mouse, hover over. Let me see if I can do this. Hover over it and left click. Is it right click or left click? And then click on copy. You don't have to put it anywhere. Just click on copy. That's an inside thing for podcasters on iTunes. Moves us up in the rankings. But anyhow, I got to go. It's 12:14 in the morning. I need to go to bed because I got to get up at 7 tomorrow. Clean the house. Get the rest of the studio set up. I got all this recording stuff I need to set up. We're recording 3 shows tomorrow. We're going to record the debut box, whatever you want to call it. We've got a guest coming in. We're going to record with her. And if we got time, we are going to do shadow figures, shadow people. A lot of people are seeing shadow people in their haunted houses, and we're going to talk about those. So anyhow, the show that's coming out on Sunday is the Debut Box. Look it up. It's cool. But anyhow, thanks for watching. Thanks, Harry. Thanks, Jen Warning. Happy birthday, Jen, again, even though it's 15 minutes past your birthday. You should be in bed, or are you working, whatever. And Jason Arthur, cool dude. Thanks for checking in, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.